Good evening, and welcome to Red, White, and True, a news show for American patriots. Patriots like you that have red blood coursing through their veins, or meandering through their veins around deposits of OxyContin and cholesterol. But that doesn't concern you, because you know that cholesterol is just a fancy scientist word for energy. Plus you're on OxyContin, nothing concerns you. But it should. Because there are people out there trying their hardest to destroy this great country. And it's our job here at Red, White, and True to let you know who those people are and why they hate your freedom. Trust us when we say that our intentions are as pure as the driven snow. The driven, white snow. Snow so white that it blinds you. But in a dirty world, is it not a privilege to be blind? I mean, why see anything if it isn't pure and white like snow? And as Americans, shouldn't that be our privilege? To only see things that make us feel good? Shouldn't that be our white privilege? Red, white, and true. Because nothing about this show is blue. I can guarantee you that. The writers aren't allowed to listen to the blues. Their children aren't allowed to watch Blue's Clues. The men aren't even allowed to have blue balls. Yeah, if a sexual act is initiated in this studio, by God, it comes to fruition. Look at this flag. We took all the blue out and replaced it with gold, the color of Olympic champions, and fancy teeth, and expensive showers that you can only get on Craigslist or in Russian hotel rooms. So rest assured, no blue allowed, besides this desk, and the set background, and the real flag, because painting that would be desecration. And my shirt, jacket, the intergraphic, side graphic, and stage, but that is it. I mean, there was a blue tie at Blurrington Coat Factory that was $10 cheaper, but I'm red, white, and true. So join us. And together we'll navigate the slippery slope of political correctness, the greasy gradient of immigration, the icy inclination of liberal media, the slimy steep of gender identity, the glazed downgrade of big government, the lubricated ledge of women's rights. I mean, if God wanted them to decide whether or not to have babies, he would have made them doctors. All in due time. My name is Mike Leaman, and you're watching Red, White, and True. We start tonight with a government shutdown. Yet another Republican idea stolen by the Democrats and made worse. What? We're going to shut down the government because of immigrants now? Everyone knows that you only shut down the government to make America safer, like protecting the rights of mental patients to buy guns. In fact, getting a gun should be mandatory, like flu shots for school children, which, by the way, should not be mandatory because they put autism in there and the gay gene they grow in laboratory on frogs. And Trump knows it. The White House released this statement saying, "Tonight, the Democrats put politics above our national security, military families, vulnerable children in our country, and their ability to serve all Americans." Yeah, that's what we've been saying on the right for years. Democrats love terrorism almost as much as they hate children. And of course, nothing can happen in DC without the liberal elites in Hollywood taking time from their gluten-free yoga to weigh in. Jazz musician and Tegan bagger John Legend tweeted out, "The reason the government shut down is that Trump and his team have an ideological commitment to allowing fewer black and brown people into the country." Not true. If Trump didn't want minorities in America, then why is he building a wall making it harder for them to leave? That's how internment camps work, people. Wake up. House of Cards creator Beau Willimon added, "Trump is incredibly efficient at failing." I mean, first of all, of course he is. Trump is incredibly efficient at everything he does. And second of all, who are you to judge anybody for shutting something down? I mean, where is House of Cards Season 6, Beau? Plus, you expect us to believe that it's a coincidence that Frank Underwood is a Democrat and Kevin Spacey is a pedophile? Typical Hollywood liberal elitism. But since we are here in this shutdown, why not take advantage of the supple 14-year-old body of opportunity? I mean, we love smaller government, right? And what's smaller than no government at all? I mean, now we can import fine ivory from Africa. You can get married to more than one woman and not have to live in Utah. You can do anything, America. Shoot for the stars. Literally, make a rocket and shoot yourself to the moon, which I assume is a star. You can pay your workers in leftover Taco Bell because what are they gonna do? Shoot you with guns? The liberals don't get enough protein from tofu to lift their hands high enough to discipline their children, let alone fire a weapon. For more on the shutdown, we have a special guest. Here to discuss the implications is White House press correspondent Max Burke. Max, welcome to the program. Now, Max, we'll discuss the White House call for a nuclear option, the shift of Senate rules to make votes a simple majority. But first, I'd like to talk about the individual ramifications of the current situation. Being a government employee, what kind of personal implications are included simultaneously for you compared to those facing the nation on a federal level? Right, so maybe not interested in revealing more personal aspects of the current condition. I respect that. So federally, what we're seeing could arguably contribute to the birth of a facilitated Senate. Care to comment? Mr. Burke? Care to comment?
No.
What?
Nope.
This is an interview. I don't understand why you're not answering the questions.
The government shut down. I'm not getting paid right now.
What?
I'm not answering your fucking questions. I'm not getting paid for any of this fucking shit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, could you just do it for me?
Shut down, bitch.
I feel like that's unnecessary. I don't understand why you're doing this.
I'm not a government employee right now. I don't get paid. I'm not doing this interview. I'm not talking to you for free. For free? No.
So you have no opinion. Funding, lack of funding for the wall, no opinion about legal immigration, how it's contributed to the gridlock, no opinion on Trump's comments about this morning? Okay. What about the position of a children's health care program, or DACA?
I'm not getting paid. I'm not saying shit.
Nothing at all.
Nope. Like the new Star Wars movie.
Who didn't? Who didn't like the new Star Wars movie?
I mean, it was pretty split, honestly.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought
People
it did
didn't
pretty
like
well.
it.
Didn't it lead everyone that I heard from.
I thought it was good.
I did too, actually. I thought it was really good.
Stop trying to make me talk. You're not gonna fucking break me.
Are you filibustering me? This is the worst interview I've ever had. And the fact that this is the only interview I've ever done on this show does not make that any less of a statement.
I feel like it does, to be honest.
You're just going to sit there. I mean, what if we talked about Star Wars as it might apply to certain current topics?
Don't put quotation marks around Star Wars. That's disrespectful.
I don't feel like it is. Let's say that. Who are the dirty people in Star Wars? Like, who are like the low class people? Who are like the people that everybody doesn't want around in Star Wars?
I have not been paid in 2 weeks. I am apolitical. That's how I feel. I'm not politically associated right now. If you want to talk to somebody political, talk to someone who has a job.
Would you like a job?
Can we see how the whole shutdown thing goes? And then maybe, we'll see how that goes.
All right, well, I feel like that tied up nicely. We're moving on. Race relations are a sticky quagmire of social stigma. Here to unmuddy the waters is our senior black expert, Max Rearden. Max?
Now, let me ask you something, Mike. Have you ever been talking to someone who just doesn't understand that you aren't racist? Someone that no matter how many times you let them know that you have black friends, they still just don't seem to get it?
Oh yeah, I have a cousin that voted for Bernie.
I'm sorry for your loss. And wouldn't you love a way to prove them wrong? To show those to shove those black friends in their faces and make them feel terrible about themselves for swinging around such reckless accusations.
I mean, of course, who wouldn't?
Only a bastard who hates America. I'm here today to talk to you about an exciting new business opportunity, a service so essential we didn't even realize we needed it. It's a wonderful new service I like to call Not to Be Racist Buds.
Oh, sorry, I cannot support drugs on this program. We will not be a party to any marijuana activities.
No, buds as in friends. You see, no longer will you ever have to feel nervous about saying anything racist. No longer will you ever have to sit and strain your brain struggling to consider your words before you say them. You can return to that happy time in our country when a man could say whatever he wanted at any given time without fear of repercussions.
Damn straight.
With Not to Be Racist Buds, you will be able to select from a multitude of profiles, providing you, the customer, with a variety of options. The profiles will include a headshot of the available black actor friend, as well as a brief rundown of their character traits. You could select, for example, Jamal here. Jamal knows that all lives matter, and we should respect our boys in blue unquestioningly.
Can we call them something else?
Boys in black. Black boys?
That's a little confusing.
Boys in uniform.
Placeholder.
We should respect our boys in uniform with blind subservience. If Jamal doesn't strike your fancy, scroll on down to page 2, where you'll find Darian. Darian voted for Ben Carson, but soon realized that Dr. Carson was better off in a position subordinate to our true Supreme Leader, Donald J. Trump. I should note, I am also accepting applications for black friend actors at this point. I approached several of my many, many wonderful African-American friends with this offer, but they simply didn't understand that I'm not racist. I mean, seriously, it provides them with those jobs they're always talking about. So I'm currently restoring my stock. I'm currently rebuilding my workforce. I'm currently accepting applications for qualified black professional people. I'd also like to throw out there that it's always helpful to have a bit of extra, cashola when starting up a business with as much societal import as this one. My wife Flora can only cover so much of the expenses, and I'm starting to get threatening phone calls from. Anyway, the point is I made a GoFundMe. You can find it at www.gofundme.com/H3LPH33. Please donate to the cause, donate for America. Donate for our African American friends, and donate for our black boys in blue uniforms. Donate for every innocent Caucasian that has ever suffered under the weight of anti-racist scrutiny.
Senior black expert Max Rearden. Thank you, Max. In other news, the Trump administration released guidance to protect healthcare workers who refuse to perform abortions and treat transgenders. For more on this, joining us in the studio is our senior transgender correspondent and equal opportunity hire, Jen Durbent. Jen?
Thank you, Trevor. The transgender community is happy to take on this challenge of reduced access to health care. We're willing to make that sacrifice to increase freedom for our doctors and nurses and dental hygienists and phlebotomists to allow them to withhold care from us trans people. They can more readily take care of police because we all know that all lives matter.
Now, that's a very noble of your community.
Thank you, John. I'm glad we're setting this precedent because in the future it'll allow me...
You okay?
I can't afford to go to the doctor, it's fine. Me and my community to ignore cis folk by not taking into account their needs.
I don't follow.
Well, I'll explain, Stephen. When cisgender people...
Cisgender.
People whose gender identity matches the sex that they were assigned at birth.
Normal.
Sure, Samantha. So for example, when cisgender women need to use the bathroom, I will not feel too bad for using all the toilet paper. That is my freedom. And it is the freedom to die easily from easily treatable illnesses and injuries because an EMT feels icky about my penis. Larry?
Thanks, Jen. Moving on, we have a segment that we'd like to end each show with, the truth gun. A rapid-fire assault on fake news. Get ready to learn everything you need to know about what's happening without any of the extra baggage. Lock and load, everyone. Ready, aim, truth. Fake. Well-known woman and professional sex actor Stormy Daniels, big fan, was paid $130,000 to stay quiet about her steamy tryst with Donald Adonis J. Trump. Truth. Sleeping with President Trump is a profitable and highly advised career move for women of all shapes and sizes. Mostly petite, though, with a large bust. the kind that makes children worth putting in your will. Fake. A man in Arkansas was arrested last week for killing his wife after she changed the channel on the TV. Truth. A woman refused to roll Tide. Speaking of Tide, fake. Detergent pods are a danger to our children because they look like candy. Truth. The Tide Company, champion of America, is weeding out Democrat snowflake children through ingenious blue detergent bait. Fake. Girl Scouts are selling cookies outside of a newly opened cannabis dispensary in California. Truth. The only thing young girls should be scouting are husbands, but at least they are handling food. Fake. President Trump's health physical proved complicated and inconclusive. Truth. President Trump's health was proven to be pants-shittingly perfect, and professional athletes have all started using the Trump diet, which consists of Cheetos dust washed down with the tears of porn watching Ivanka work out. Fake. President Trump called Haiti and several African countries shitholes in a private meeting with U.S. senators. Truth. Trump challenges shithole country Haiti to a sophisticated duel of words. Haiti proves too weak, shaky, and not enough of a mentally stable genius to answer his challenge. Fake. Men's rights activist James Damore filed a class action lawsuit against Google alleging that white male conservatives are actively discriminated against. Truth. Bing is superior to Google in every way, and the only search engine we use here at Red, White, and True. A little hard to find, though. You just Google it. Well, there you have it, America. It doesn't get any truer than that. Democrats want to dissolve the military. If you don't have any black friends, you're somehow racist. Doctors are being forced to take care of anyone, regardless of bias, like they have some kind of oath they took or something. It doesn't look good, America. It doesn't look good. But that's why you have us. Let red, white, and true be your guiding light into heaven's gate. A reference with absolutely no negative connotations attached to it. I'm Mike Leaman. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.